All right, so it's been 1 week since we were licensed, and we just wanted to do a 1 week video. How do you think things are going?
It's exhausting.
Yeah, we've definitely found that being a parent is really exhausting. We've spent pretty much all day with them every day for the last week, and by the time we put them to bed, we are ready for bed. They are awake anywhere between 6 and 7.
Give or
I think
take.
we've had a couple days maybe that Noah slept in a little bit, but about then. And they go to sleep anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30, and they're great nappers, and they're great sleepers. But it's just tiring. So we had. Should we talk about the hiccups with the daycare?
It was a hiccup. They weren't going to do the daycare and for like a week, and Gabby got it taken care of.
Yeah, so basically we ran into an issue where I don't know if it's Florida or Jacksonville, you have to have an appointment to go and get a voucher for them to start daycare. And we found that they couldn't get us in for a week after we'd gotten called back. And so last week, Wednesday, the referral was written for us. And then I didn't get a call until yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And then we don't get to meet with the people to get the voucher for the boys to start daycare until next week, Tuesday. And so I expressed concern because we were lucky because I haven't started my job yet, and Jason works from home, and so we have a little bit more flexibility. But if we had gotten this placement in the middle of the school year, or if you had a family with 2 working parents, I'm not sure what parents would have done in this situation, because the daycare would not let the boys start until we had the voucher in hand. And so I was working with the caseworker, the courtesy worker, who, because the boys are from out of county, we have a caseworker where they're from, and we have a courtesy worker here in Duval County who basically does a lot of the things in this area to help us out. And then I was talking with ELC, who is the Early Learning Coalition. They're the ones who give us the voucher. And talking to the daycare that we wanted to send the boys to. And I just couldn't get a straight answer from anybody. Everyone was saying something different. And I finally just said, this is ridiculous. We need to get these boys on a routine, on a schedule. And so we just decided that we were going to give the daycare a check and say, in case the voucher is not backdated for their start date, you can cash this check. And so they were okay with that, but it shouldn't be that way. Daycare should be willing to wait that week or 2 weeks for the voucher to come through, and ELC should have make a commitment to backdating their vouchers for whenever the kids start. So ultimately the kids got to start today, which was good.
Yeah, and the most frustrating thing just was that they aren't helping the child in terms of getting the kid in the door for a daycare to help the parents keep some semblance of routine, because most parents are working.
Yeah. So drop-off went pretty well this morning, I would say. Matthew has been in daycare before, so he was excited to go and play. Noah has definitely gotten quite attached to us, and so he cried a little bit, but by the time we had stepped out the door, he was playing and he was great.
And he was climbing on the table, so he
which
was
is typical
fully
Noah.
good.
Yeah, he was comfortable. Jason had a couple of days last week where he got to play single dad because I was touring colleges with my sister, and he
Starts that again tonight.
gets to do that again tonight and tomorrow and Thursday because I am going to a conference for my new job.
So we're going to a trampoline park.
So Jason's going to take the boys to a trampoline park. That'll be fun. That'll be crazy. Good luck. I would find someone to go with you, but
I can catch 2 toddlers still.
I think if I've learned anything in this week, it would be that it's really important for us to give ourselves grace and to remember that even though we've both had experience with kids, you know, Jason with his nieces and nephew, or our nieces and nephew, and me with, you know, just being a nanny and working in schools. This is a totally different situation. This is 24/7, and
I'm pretty awesome. I guess that's all I figured out this week. I'm pretty amazing.
yeah, I've just found that I've gotten more frustrated than I expected to get, and so just giving myself a break, knowing like it's okay to just let the boys play and walk away for a second if I'm getting frustrated, you know, and to remind myself that they've only been with us for under a full week, because really we didn't get them till last week Wednesday. Tuesday?
Yeah.
License Monday.
Got
Oh yeah, got them Tuesday. So yeah, we've had them for 1 full week. So just reminding myself that this is still new for all of us, even though it feels like a lot longer.
I've just been exasperated a few times. Like, why? Why? Why do you keep doing that? That's probably the one thing I've learned. I didn't realize I could just, like, you're not dumb. Like, why? Why do you keep, like, look at you and smile and then keep doing whatever you told them to stop doing?
Yeah. They have their naughty moments, but then they have those moments where they walk up to you and they hug you, or they tell you they love you. They're calling us mommy and daddy, which there are some times where it just like takes me aback and I get emotional thinking about it, because that's all I wanted my whole life was to be mommy.
The other day, Matthew was singing in bed after we put him down, standing, looking out the window, singing in bed, and you wanted to tell him, like, no, lay down, but at the same time, you're like, all right, you're just chilling, hanging out.
Well,
He
you
hasn't
know
sang
that
before, so.
sad kids don't sing like that. I mean, like, he was just, I popped in to look at him, and he was just rocking like this and singing, and, you know, I just walked
our
in
names.
and I,
Mommy, Daddy, Noah.
just singing everybody's names, and I let it go for a little bit, and then I walked in and I kissed him, and I told him I loved his song, but that it was time to go to sleep and we could sing more tomorrow, and he said, I need a big hug, and he just hugged me, and his new thing is all the kisses. So he picks one person and he gives them all the kisses. And if he's given you all the kisses, he doesn't have any more kisses to give anybody else. That's pretty cute.
He also has gone from being afraid of the dogs to
Yeah.
walking in the house with his arms out saying, my boys!
Yeah, we sometimes have other dogs in the house that we dog sit, and Matthew was really scared. I mean, I would say he was really scared of dogs. He didn't like to walk
He
through
thought
them.
he was really scared of dogs.
But he had a fear of dogs. I'm not saying he was genuine. Like, he was afraid of dogs. I know you and your like psychology, whatever. But he was afraid of dogs when he came into our home, and he has gone from like being scared to even walk in the room where there's dogs and needing to be held, to laying on the floor with the dogs and calling them his boys, and his Bax, that's what he calls Jax, and Nuna is Luna. Like, he loves them. Tato. Yeah. He walked them the other day. He tried to pick up their poop. He insisted that's because he had Tucker's leash. He had to pick up Tucker's poop.
So I told him it was a responsibility. You walk the dog,
cute.
You pick up the poop.
He just kept like mushing it in his hand with the bag on his hand. It was so gross.
So we apologized to our neighbor where there's just a mashed pile of dog poop that we couldn't pick up.
Yeah, but that's been really great.
He also got pulled over by Tucker, which was pretty funny because he kind of flew at one point.
He was on the grass, so it was okay.
Yeah, but it was pretty funny.
They like the cats too. They don't understand why Sully doesn't want to come and be their friend, but Mike is so chill that he lets them kind of wrestle around and pull
Mike
on
is
him.
taken to hiding under really low things when he wants to get away from them.
Yeah.
Because he can't stand when they pull on him, and they'll lay on him like he's a dog, and they outweigh him by 20 pounds.
Yeah, I feel like just in this week, though, we've grown so much just as a unit. You know,
Learned a lot about ourselves. There are a lot of stuff that I did not think I was going to be doing or able to do. Learned a lot about that.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Changed more poopy diapers in this week than the last 7 years where I've had the oldest niece is 7, so
Yeah, it's
come on, man.
But I think that. Do we have any more updates?
Matthew, right before he was totally okay with the dogs, Matthew, Noah, and Jax took a nap in their room, And Noah got up first. Jack stayed in there with Matthew. And Matthew woke up crying because there was a big dog asleep in his room.
Yeah.
This was like 3 days ago. All in 3 days, he's gone from that to he just hangs out on the floor with them, and they're his security blankets now, which is pretty cool. Whenever the other dog that's here now, whenever she's coming around, I'm like, just go by your boys. And he runs over there and hugs them, and just like, they're not gonna let anything happen to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're signing out for today. We will update you again in a week. Bye.
Bye.